Hello, my name is Nicole Perry, and I am a junior nursing student here at Bloomsburg University. The topic I chose was the debate on the measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine, or the MMR vaccine, and more specifically, how the measles virus affects children worldwide. First, I would like to talk about what is the measles virus. It is a highly communicable disease that is spread through the respiratory tract by droplet spray. Because of this, it is very common amongst younger children, and it is the leading cause of childhood mortality that is vaccine preventable. And as we can see from the article I found, globally, about 40 million cases of measles occur every year, of which 777,000 deaths occur due to the measles. Next, I would like to look at the common complications of having measles. The leading complication is pneumonia, and then other kids would experience diarrhea, stomatitis, which are sores that appear in the mouth and swell to the point where it becomes incredibly painful and most likely will cause the children to not want to eat. So then they have to deal with the nutritional problems, childhood blindness in developing countries, and as we already know, mortality. So why are people against the vaccine? They find healthcare professionals untrustworthy, the internet, and the potential linkage to the autism spectrum disorder. First, I would look at the untrustworthy healthcare professionals. So in some areas, there are high amounts of mistrust between society and healthcare professionals, in which case, the citizens are going to have a higher rate of refusing the vaccinations. The internet. It has a high increased role of sharing healthcare information, and it's a great way for healthcare providers to get their information out there. However, people are also able to share their personal accounts and experiences to anyone who wants to see it. So when people share their concerns about vaccines, it will spread rapidly across the world to anyone who wants to see it, and people could potentially get unreliable information, and that will influence their vaccine decision making. The other one is the linkage to autism, and this is because Dr. Wakefield was a practicing physician who published an article linking the vaccine to causing autism. However, it was later found that he falsified his data, as in he made up the results completely and just published an article based off of that. And because of this, he lost his license and he is no longer a practicing physician. And there have been many, many, many studies done that cannot find any linkage of the vaccine to causing autism. So then why do people still use the autism argument to not vaccinate their children? Well, we begin to see the first signs of autism around the same time we give the vaccine, which is around the first 12 months. So then people feel like that Wakefield really was telling the truth and we're just trying to cover it up, when really that's not the case. And then also, it's just the fear of the possibility of it being true, even though it's proven false. So it's because they heard of this possibility that this vaccine is going to cause their children to have autism, and because it's happened in other kids, just because it's around the same age, that it's true, and people are just lying and saying that it's false, but really it is false. So now we have to look at the morality of vaccinating, and this is where I looked at the article written by Lyons. She published this article talking about being a responsible citizen and a responsible individual when it comes to vaccinating. So to be a responsible citizen, it's like vaccinating your child because it's benefiting society. And many people view the parents who vaccinate their children as responsible citizens because it not only benefits like that child, but it's protecting the other children around them from like, because then like once the child's vaccinated, they can't pass the disease on to like other children. So it's for the good of society. However, we also need to look at being a responsible individual, which is making an informed and rational decision. So the parents need to understand all of the pros and cons of vaccinating their children. For instance, like the pro is like protection against the disease. However, there's the cons of like if a child has like an immune compromised system, they should not get the vaccine because it's a live virus, and then that will make them more likely to get the disease, even though like the vaccine's like supposed to prevent it. But because it's a live virus that we're injecting into them, the immune compromised system is not gonna help with them building up the antibodies to protect themselves from the virus. And so then parents need to like talk about like their concerns with the healthcare professionals and then make an informed and rational decision. So through this, they're being a responsible individual, but then they're also being a responsible citizen. So what should parents do? They need to understand that measles is vaccine preventable and it's the leading cause of childhood mortality, and that there are risks to getting the vaccine. But autism is definitely not one of them, so we should not be using that argument anymore. And that parents need to talk to their healthcare professionals about any questions or concerns that they may have and get the correct information instead of relying on the internet to like give them that information, because it's not always true. And then they need to make an informed and rational decision on what to do to care for their children. So these are my references, and I hope you all enjoyed it.